What's up, gamers and collectors? DGC back with another video. We're doing too many games, all the pickups, the experience, everybody I met, and all that good stuff. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so this is my third year at Too Many Games and the first time that I stayed the whole weekend. However, I did leave really early Sunday because I had already blew through my money pretty much on Friday night. And then Saturday I did a very nice trade and got some good stuff, which we'll see here in a minute. So I started out the adventure early in the morning on Friday, met up with Baltimore Retro Gaming, and he hooked me up with this shirt that he made. So this is a cave shirt. So it says Combat System SCG Pilot, and this is like the cave symbol that they have. So that was very nice of him. He made a bunch of these, so hit him up if you'd like one of them. And then we stopped at a store on the way called Just Press Plates in PA, a lot of them. And I finally found a Wii Zapper. I've been looking for one of these for a long time now. $9.99, that's about the going rate. GameStop doesn't take these in, and they pretty much, they're all like bought out at this point. So this was very, not easy to find. They're definitely not rare, but it wasn't easy for me to find this. So I'm very happy to have found one of these. I'd like to find one more just to be able to do like co-op, like Resident Evil, Umbrella Chronicles, and that kind of stuff. But very decent shape for 10 bucks, so happy to have grabbed that. Alright, so let's jump into these pickups here. Got some PS2 stuff here. I haven't even opened this one yet to check the quality, although I'm hoping that it's in good shape. This is Gradius 3 and 4 PS2. It is complete, and this has to be mint because it's one of the blue CD games. Yeah, it's definitely minty. So this was $25 for this. Not a bad price for two shoot 'em ups, so definitely be playing that here soon. Then we got SOCOM 1 Black Label. I had the greatest hits, but I wanted to have the Black Label, so I sold that off. This is as well in very minty condition. $5 for this. That's not too bad of a price, so I'm good with it. Now, a game that I randomly saw and wanted to get was this one's called Marvel Saga Koroniepa, I guess. I don't know. It's by Hudson. It looks really kind of, I don't know, just kind of like a very unique, kind of looks like Mercury Meltdown, if any of you played that on the PSP. And yeah, it's like a marble game, but like it's like a puzzle, and kind of like Monkey Ball in a weird way, but I guess you probably use the Wiimote, I assume. Well, it also says the balance board too, so I might have to try that out. Complete, and this, I think I ended up getting the guy down on 12 bucks unless he had it for 15 here on the spine. I've never really seen this, and it looked kind of cool. It's by Hudson, so figured I'd give it a shot. Then we got, let's see here, two more Wii games. I've been looking for these for a while. So the Wii actually does have a few shoot-em-ups on it. This is the Monkey King, The Legend Begins by UFO is the publisher. I don't know about the developer, but the graphics on this are very primitive looking, and it's like a very, almost like a kiddie looking shoot 'em up, but I've always wanted to try it, and this is still really cheap. I think I paid $5 for this, so not a bad price on that one, and it is complete. And then one here, this is actually still sealed, but not for long. Oh shit, now this is going to take forever to open this. As you know, I don't like sealed games. This is Saint for the Wii as well, UFO. This is also a shoot 'em up for the Wii. This was brand new, so I know the condition's in good shape. This was $8 for this. There's only, I think there's 6 Wii shoot 'em ups. The Baltimore Retro Gaming did a video of that on his channel, so definitely check that. I'll link that in the description as well. This is the Capcom Digital Collection. I've been looking for this for a while. So this is all Capcom's Xbox Live Arcade. They're bigger titles. So you got Street Fighter 2 HD Remix, Final Fight Double Impact, 1942 Joint Strike, Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, and the one that I really wanted to play was Bionic Commando Rearmed 2, and then Wolf of the Battlefield Commando 3, so I guess that's a Commando game. And then we got Rocket Man, plus it comes from your anus expansion pack. That's funny. And then Flock, I don't know what that is, but they looks like I could have some good fun with this. The Final Fight, the Commando, and the Bionic Commando definitely will be and the 1942 are definitely games that I want to try. Now here, this is not this sealed. This is just like sealed at convention kind of thing. This was $5 as well. Been looking for this for quite a while as well. This is a Splinter Cell Double Agent. So this, yeah, this is in good shape. I really should have checked all these before I left, or before I even bought them, but I didn't, I guess. $5 on this. This is backwards compatible on the X, so it looks a little bit better. So definitely, I'm looking for Conviction as well, and I only saw one copy at the convention. It was not in good shape. Now here's one that is typically like $30-ish at GameStop, but for whatever reason at the convention it was $12.99, and that's the orange box. It does play on the Xbox One, which is nice. Not that I necessarily need it to. Ooh, we got a receipt in here. I always love looking at these. Alright, so this person bought this at Game Chap 7 Circle, Brooklyn, New York, so that's where this is from. He paid $19.99 in 12/27/09 for this, and yeah, that was a while ago. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So I'm excited to play these again. I definitely love the Half-Life, and we're pretty much never going to get the Half-Life 3 at this point. Now this one right here, this was $14.99. This is Ninja Blade for the Xbox Complete. Definitely excited to have grabbed this game. I'm going to Frankenstein this with my copy and then I guess sell this off, because my copy was not the best. This is a 360 exclusive. This is Platinum Games that made this, so definitely a good hack and slash action platformer kind of thing. I almost want to save these for the end, but we'll save this stack for a little bit later. Now this stack right here, this is original Xbox stuff. This is just third-party stuff at this point. I got this stack of 8 games, $25. Not a bad deal here. I got them to come half off on all this essentially. This is Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I remember seeing this when this came out in, like, was this 04? 05. So I was like 14, 15. And I don't know, it just looked like a really funny, cool platformer game, like when I watched it at E3. So I was like, you know what, I want to give this game a shot and see if it's as fun as it looked way back in the day. It's a Konami game, so I mean, it you know, it could be good. So I'll report back in on that one if it's any good. Now this one, I wasn't sure if I had it or not. I'm pretty sure I don't, but this is Without Warning. It looks like some kind of tactical third-person shooter of some sort, so that looks kind of cool. Not an exclusive, I'm pretty sure, or I would have already known about it if it was, so it's not. Then we got SWAT Global Strike Team. This is some kind of, again, presumably, this is first person, but it's like a SWAT-based game, so it's kind of cool. Looks like it might be decent. Now one that I don't know why I've never had this or never even played it, this is Turok Evolution. So I'm definitely going to give this a good go and see if this is any fun. I've heard this one's decent. It's not like the iconic classic N64 ones, but who knows, maybe it's good. Now, I don't really know why I bought this, because I know I already have this, but this is because it's an exclusive. This is Shadow Ops Red Mercury. I think maybe I bought this because this was in really good shape and I wanted to swap mine out. I can't remember, but either way, I bought that, so it's a shooter. Now the two that I'm really, actually three that I'm really excited to get here is 3 X-Men games. Well, this is Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects, but you know, it's still has X-Men characters in it, I think. Yeah, Wolverine's right there on the front. Spider-Man, Iron Man, I don't know who that is or who that is or who that is, but, and then I see Venom on the back, and either way, I remember wanting this way back in the day, and this was ended up being $4 for that. And then I've been looking for these on the Xbox for a very long time. X-Men Legends 1 and 2, both in very good condition. I cannot wait to play these again. And then the third one for the Switch is coming out real soon, so I'm definitely glad to have grabbed both of those. So that's it for those stacks. And then we will talk about, you know, I met a lot of YouTubers in person finally, got to know their actual names and not their YouTube names. Met Scarlet Sprites. I saw a lot of people, but I didn't get to meet up with them because I just kept getting distracted and wanting to look at games and shit, and just kept needing water and then having to go pee and and just taking breaks and whatnot. But and then I hung out with Captain Retro a good bit. Watched Rebel Gaming Club do their set on Saturday night at the I think it was called Arnold's. It's like an arcade next to the convention. That was really cool. They did a really fantastic job. I very much enjoyed seeing them do that set finally. I've always been wanting to watch them. And then I hung out with Corey all weekend, Maine-iac Gaming, mainly gaming, whatever he's going by these days. We had an Airbnb together, so that was fun to hang out with him. He picked up some good stuff. I'll definitely link his channel in the description, and he can show you what he got there. And then, as I said, I rode up with Baltimore Retro Gaming. He rode up in his car, and I rode up in mine, but we went up together. And then I hung out with him most of the day Friday for, I guess, a good 6 hours. I went to his house, saw his entire collection. Very fantastic collection. Very jealous of pretty much all of it. He's got pretty much all the Working Designs games. He's got all the good Sega CD games, all the Sega Saturn games, all the good PS1 RPGs, all the good shoot 'em ups for all the systems pretty much. He has a very fantastic collection. This is the second time I've ever hung out with him. Very humble guy, very genuine guy, and I really had a blast hanging out with him. Who else did I hang out with? I met Joe, the guy that owns Video Game Monthly, so that was pretty exciting. Talked to him probably an hour and a half. That was pretty cool to pick his brain about how the system works and how the algorithm works that he has and all that stuff. Obviously, he didn't give out the secret sauce, as he called it, of how it works, but he let me know a little bit more of how it works just because I was simply curious of how that works. So definitely check out Video Games Monthly. I will probably be restarting my subscription to that after talking to him, and you know, he kind of got me excited about it again because I had it for a little while. I believe that was actually my first video, was Video Games Monthly, a box, if I remember correctly. It was the first couple videos. It was a Video Games Monthly box that I did. So that was pretty cool to talk to him for a while, and then everybody was hanging out at the hotel on Friday and Saturday night, and then Saturday night I was hanging out with Jordan and Dan and Corey, and then this girl from Canada dressed up as Breath of the Wild Zelda came up, and she was playing her ocarina and stuff, and she was just having a ball, and it was just a good time. Everybody had a good time. Everybody looked like they were having a great time and happy and whatnot, and there was no fights or any arguments going on or anything like that. And then Friday night at the after events, or whatever you want to call it, there's one guy, he was just walking around with a fifth of Jack Daniels, just like free shots, and then they were like, there was like one of those oriental like fireplace kind of things, and then they setting pizza boxes on fire and shit. It was a good time. Everybody was having fun. I had a blast, I really did. But let's get into these last two stacks of some really good stuff here that, frankly, I never thought that I would own. I went to Too Many Games with a few $100s and a big box of PS4 NIS limited editions. Some sealed, some opened, all mint if they were opened, obviously. I traded all that off for this very small stack of PS1 games that I'm very grateful to have. We'll show those here last. Right here is 3 import games for the original Xbox that I've been dying to have. This was at a booth vendor, Video Games New York, which is a store. They were selling these, essentially these were a third of the price that they go for on eBay from scalpers. These were $49.99 each. This is Eschatos, which is a shoot 'em up for the 360, and being that sealed games are lame, I will be opening these up because I bought them to play them. Let's see here. So this is Eschatos. This is, I think Baltimore Retro Gaming said this is his favorite 360 shoot 'em up, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously that's meant because I just opened it. I'm very excited to play it. So obviously all the menus are still in Japanese, but the game itself will play on a North American console. And then right here we have Dodonpachi Resurrection. This is the deluxe edition. So this comes with a CD soundtrack in here, I believe, as well. Yeah, so this is a PAL version. And that's how you get the deluxe edition with the soundtrack. This has a beefy manual in it for a shoot 'em up. So let's see here if that'll come out of there. What the hell? You got the game, and then there's the soundtrack in there. So all these typically go for $100 to $150 on the eBay marketplace, but they were $49.99 each. And then this is Ginger Force for the 360 here. So let's check this one out. Let's see here. Their discs look way cooler too, because they have like a lot of color to it in Japan, I guess. These are my first 360 imports. There's a few more that I'd like to get, but not too many. There was one more that I wanted to get at the table, and that was Virtua On. Came out exclusively in Japan physically for the 360. We did get it digitally, but not physically. And that was $50, and I probably could have got it, but I opted not to. But so there's that one. Now, these last 5 here is some PS1 games that I've really been dying to have for a long time. I don't really buy PS1 a lot because at this point everything's pretty expensive, but I traded up for these. I traded in a few Genesis games and a lot of NIS games and a few PS4 games. We got Vagrant Story here. This is pretty minty. There is a decent little crack in the front here, but everything on the inside is in very good condition. So definitely happy to have grabbed that. Now, an RPG that I've always really been wanting to play is Xenogears. I actually have the strategy guide for this, and I can't wait to delve into this one. This one's in very good condition. Both the discs, 2-disc game, and then the manual is in very good condition. I fell in love with JRPGs very recently with Xenoblade 2, and then obviously this is like the original Xeno game. So I'm very excited to try that one. Now, these last 3 here are some, I guess people consider these the heavy hitters of the PS1. This is Strider 2, and this does have both the discs in here, if I can get it open. Very, very good condition. And then it's got the, so the second disc, if I'm not mistaken, is Legendary Action Ranger Strider. And then, yeah, so this has, I guess this has a remake of the first one as well on the other disc. So that's pretty cool. So it's both of them then, I guess. And oh man, I knew that I would pay a heavy price tag for this, but I was looking for these 2 games very, very much so at Too Many Games. And this is Symphony of the Night Black Label. Very good condition, very, very good. And I've been waiting to get this thing for probably 15 years, honestly, in really good condition. I've never seen a Black Label in good condition. I've seen them, but they were never in like the condition I wanted. Now, one shoot 'em up that I've been just dying to have this one for ages. CM Retro, he plays this one, not so much anymore, but he used to play it and stream it a lot, a good bit, and that was Einhander. And then Triple P, Power Player Paul, he definitely likes this game as well. I remember him getting this and being real excited about it. So I have a good feeling this is a really good shoot 'em up, and definitely excited to give this one a shot here. So that's all my that was all the pickups. These I traded for, so I didn't even pay for these. Well, I guess I kind of paid for the games to trade, but didn't come out of pocket this weekend. And then these were $150, and then whatever else I said for these other prices. So I didn't really technically spend a ton of money. And then we stayed. Corey and I stayed at a Airbnb, so that was $30 a night. So that was really cheap. It wasn't the best place in the world, but for $30 a night, you can't really beat that. And then we were half an hour away, so that kind of sucked. I had to spend, a good 2-3 hours just driving back and forth to the convention multiple times. So that kind of sucked. So I think next year I'll probably stay at one of the hotels around the convention. But that's all the pickups, and it was very cool to meet everybody and learn everybody's name and just kind of hang out with everybody. I didn't really get any footage at the convention because I kind of just wanted to have a laid-back weekend and relax. I really needed that weekend. I really needed to just kind of relax and kick back, and I had an absolute blast, guys. So if you did end up meeting me, it was good to meet you and everything. If you did go to Too Many Games and didn't see me, definitely leave a comment down below what you picked up. I'd love to see what everybody picked up and what kind of prices everybody got for whatnot. But that's going to do it for the pickups video for Too Many Games. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
Come here, you mother...